Pretty much everyone who watches this channel has either had this happen or is about to have this happen, and that is you have a clutch of ball pythons hatch. And as they hatch, the babies in the egg are stunning, and you know that they exist specifically because of you. You paired the parents for months. You waited for the female to ovulate. She dropped her clutch of eggs. You incubated those eggs, and now you have these absolutely beautiful, amazing, incredible babies that you want to keep. But how do you know if that animal is actually a good decision? Because if we're looking at this from a business standpoint, every single animal that you keep represents more cost that you have to have. That is more enclosure space that you need to use to keep that animal. That's more rodents that you have to feed every single week for that animal. And especially when it comes to holding back, that's essentially an animal that you are buying yourself. Because while you may not be giving money to yourself to buy the animal, it's money that you are not getting because you're not putting up for sale, so somebody who might be interested in that animal doesn't have a chance to buy it. All of these things considered, one of the things that we ask when we decide, or we are deciding if we're going to hold back an animal, is does that specific animal advance our projects, advance our business further than what we are currently at? So the example that I want to give to this is that at the beginning of the summer, we hatched out a banana sunset clutch. The pairing for this clutch was our sunset male Aries and Prada, our super banana visual sunset female. So because of this pairing, every single one of the babies is a banana sunset. Now we also got really lucky and all of the babies were also female. So it's usually a pretty easy choice if you get an amazing animal and it's a female and you don't have to buy them yourself. You don't have to fork out cash in order to pick up a female from somebody else. That's usually a sign for a really good holdback. But if we are evaluating holding back one of those banana sunset females on the basis of does this animal advance us beyond where we're currently at, the answer is no. Because we have their parent, we have their mom, a super banana sunset. So the super banana is going to guarantee that every single one of her babies will get banana, while a banana sunset female, only half of her babies on average will end up getting the banana gene. In addition to the super banana sunset female, we also have a banana inchy het sunset female that's also pretty much breeder size at this point in time, maybe a little bit small, but she'll hopefully be up to size for the 2023-2024 season. So all of this together, we have animals that are more genetically powerful than a banana sunset female, or are just about the same level, give or take some genes. So if we're evaluating holding back a banana sunset only on this lens, really we shouldn't do it. We should sell the banana sunsets, get the money from them, and if we wanted to buy another sunset female, we could get one with genes that we don't have. So in this specific realm, I personally would say that it's not a good idea to hold back a banana sunset. Quick interruption, we want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Rare Genetics Incorporated. They do amazing things for the hobby. They give us the ability to test our animals to see what genes they actually carry, whether they are actually heterozygous for a recessive trait, or are they not carrying that trait at all. And this information lets us dial in our breeding projects, it lets us dial in our strategies so we're not wasting years raising up animals that never had the genes in them to begin with. In addition to that, they are adding new genes all the time. They just recently announced that they have added the tests for VPI exanthic as well as cryptic onto their panels. So if you guys are looking to see what tests they offered, head over to MorphMarket, head over to Clutch, and see what you can test for with Rare Genetics Incorporated. The next set of criteria that we want to consider when we are deciding if we're holding back an animal is, are we trying to expand our base in that project? And if we are trying to expand our base in it because we really, really like the project, maybe it's like the Sunset Project or our Clown Project or the Asphalt Project for us, maybe we just want to hold back more females that are in that project so that way we can keep growing and we can have more clutches in that project in the future. And in this situation, again, going off of the banana sunsets, I personally think think that it might make a good idea to hold back a banana sunset female, because having visual females in a recessive projects make them super versatile. You compare them to anything, and at bare minimum, you are guaranteeing that all of their babies will get 100% het sunset, which will be really, really useful when we are trying to work other genes into the project, or we're trying to branch out into other recessives, because then we can be making double, triple, or maybe at some point even quad hets from this animal. Now, all of this said, if you are already capped at space, maybe you might want to expand into that project, but you might have to consider, is there an animal that you're willing to move out? And that brings us to our next kind of set of criteria, is this animal an upgrade to an animal that you currently have? If it is an upgrade, maybe you have a banana het sunset, or maybe just simply a het sunset, and you're like, okay, I can hold back this banana sunset female, and I can replace a het sunset female that I have. This will improve your odds in the future. In addition, it's going to make your entire collection a little bit higher end. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get rid of the het sunset female right away, because it's still going to be 2 to 3 years growing up that animal. But if you're trying to upgrade your collection like this, that might be a point in favor to holding them back. Other things that I personally think makes it a little bit easier not to hold back an animal is ask yourself, are all of the genes in this animal genes that you actually want in the project? If, say, you had a banana spider sunset female and you decided that you did not want to work spider in your sunset project, if you held back a banana spider sunset female because maybe it was the only visual sunset that you got that was a female and you really, really wanted one, in this situation, what you are doing is you are saying that 2, 3, maybe 4 years down the road, once you're getting clutches from that female, half of the clutches, statistically speaking, are going to be animals that you also don't want, because they are also going to have spiders. So in this situation, the holdback animal that you are willing to take and raise for several years into the future is going to be producing half of her babies, animals that you don't also want to hold back. And if this happens, I think that it will result in a situation where you are getting frustrated with your own projects, because when you go to hit the exact combo, it's very likely that that exact combo that you wanted from that animal is going to contain the gene that you didn't want in it, and that's the only one that you have. So the problem perpetuates itself for another generation, because you end up holding back that animal too, even though you really didn't want, in this specific example, spider in it. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe, but we will see you next week.